Before getting into the video, I want you to first ask yourself, where do you want to be in the next 5 to 10 years? It's extremely likely that your answer includes the desire for money, valuable assets, and beautiful women. Now, why is it that the most wanted possessions are also the hardest to get? It only seems like a generation ago where someone could work any career and drive back to his big house in a fast car with a beautiful wife waiting for him. That is practically unheard of now. It is almost impossible for a man to have his dreams come true and live his best life. That is, unless you, young man, break free from the trap set up by the elites who want you to be lonely, poor, and eating bugs in an overpriced box that you call home. It is possible to break free, and more young men are learning how to escape and live their best life up to their fullest potential. If you want to join the legion of men who are working to bring back masculinity and escape the system, then here are 4 disgusting habits that are holding you back and you must stop doing immediately. Number 1, insecurity and neediness. The majority of men have no idea what it is to be on the receiving end of a needy person. However, those who have a lot of relationship experience and have dealt with needy women know how incredibly difficult it is. It is impossible to overstate how disgusting it is to be a needy man, especially in the context of a heterosexual relationship. As a man, you need to be the rock in all of your relationships. Women should be coming to you when they have problems, and as their emotions get out of control, you must be the consistent factor that holds ground and never breaks. One way to immediately break free from your insecurities and neediness is to first realize that, as a man, you absolutely do not need to get validation from the attention of a woman, as this is a very feminine trait and reserved for women in their need for validation from men. As a man, your validation and confidence should come directly from improving your body, amassing wealth and assets to your name, and spreading the glory of your ancestors so that future generations will remember your name. There is no way someone can achieve this when they're constantly requiring the affirmation of their female counterpart. Remember this: men are builders, women are extractors. The harsh reality is that women want 2 things. They want a man who has already become established and is pre-packaged, and they also want a man who is wanted by all the other women. Do you remember how I said women base their self-worth on the validation of others? This does not only mean they care what men think, but also deeply care what other women think, and will always want a man who attracts every girl he comes in contact with. Female attraction is like a snowball effect. Once you focus on yourself and gain confidence in your body that you worked hard for, and the life you built for yourself, then you will start to attract women naturally. And each woman you attract exponentially adds to your value and makes you more attractive to more women. This is why the top 90% of women are exclusive to the top 10% of men. And this is also why you must become a top 10% man, or you will be destitute for the rest of your life and subjected to loneliness and depression. Another thing you can immediately start doing to boost your self-confidence and attractiveness towards women is to avoid what's called one-initis. One-initis is the idea of only having one woman in your life, and having the scarcity mindset can be both detrimental to your relationships and your personal growth. I recommend you to learn about how the universe works in social relationship context. The universe is designed in such a way that your attention is like a magnet, and when you divert your focus on a girl, that girl will know that you are thinking of her, and the more you think of her, the more you will push her away, like 2 magnets repelling each other. However, if you change your focus and start to focus on yourself and your own self-goals and aspirations, then you will have essentially flipped the universal magnet and start to attract the very person you want. The quickest way to get into this correct mindset is to stop chasing only one woman, as the majority of your attention will be focused on her and you will push her away. You must always keep many girls in your life so that way you will not be so hung up on only one, and no matter what happens, you will always have a backup plan. As counterintuitive as this sounds, it will always make you more attractive to females if you treat them as if there are other women happily waiting in line for a chance to go out with you. Number 2. Lack of ambition and drive. There are a million distractions keeping you away from fulfilling your dreams and crushing your energy to a pulp. The entire system is designed to keep you constantly distracted and stuck in a dead-end job to make sure that you are constantly poor and that all your wealth goes to the pockets of rich people. The saying that the rich keep getting richer and the poor keep getting poorer is truer now more than ever, and especially within the last couple years where we witnessed the largest transfer of wealth in modern history. They keep you a slave by constantly bombarding you with distractions to impede your personal growth. Just one more episode, or just one more match. The new game just came out, and I'll just play it for a week, then I'll get back to work. All of these things that you think add up and result in your brain craving dopamine and failing to function properly without it. It is crazy for millennials to believe that video games are getting less and less popular with the youth, due to the fact that video games literally take too much effort for the young, who are raised up on TikTok and Instagram Reels, which is because these platforms are instant bursts of dopamine that only last a couple of seconds and are as easy to access as a simple swipe of the finger. At least in video games, there was a sense of progression and hard work, which even now is being eroded away in modern video games with the introduction of microtransactions to skip the grind and hyper-casual video games, completely stripping whatever valuable lesson could have been extracted from these games. How might one escape the trap of having zero motivation to work hard? There are many things that can be done. First of all, eliminate all dopamine traps from your life. Look into dopamine detox and learn of the benefits to turning off your phone and disconnecting from the matrix. You don't have to live a life off the grid, as that is something I do not recommend. However, you should learn to slowly wean yourself off of social media platforms, porn, and other harmful content. I'm warning you, this won't be an overnight change, as these apps have essentially rewired the way our brains work, and eliminating all these habits overnight can cause a relapse for the majority of people. But start with setting aside a couple hours a day for work with no distractions, and gradually increase that number until you are completely off social media. A high-value man will never be on social media unless it is for 2 reasons and 2 reasons only: making money and finding more women. The next thing you can do is to remove all lethargy from your life, meaning you should stop taking any drugs that inhibit your performance, such as weed and many others, and also stop drinking alcohol. This also bleeds into my next point, which is maximizing your hours of sleep. Maximizing your hours of sleep does not necessarily mean getting as much sleep as you can, but making sure that the sleep that you do get is high quality sleep. This means you should never be exposed to any screens before bed, and that you should not have any alcohol, which drastically decreases your sleep quality. You should also utilize some tricks, such as making sure that your workplace is separate from the place you sleep, so that you have a mental distinction and train your body to go into sleep mode whenever you are in your bedroom. You can also install smart bulbs in your room that can be changed to red. Red light essentially works as the opposite of blue light, which is helpful since blue light tricks your body into thinking that is the day, and red light relaxes your body and gets it ready for sleep. Getting a healthy and high quality sleep consistently will reduce brain fog, increase energy and productivity, as well as cure depression, all of which play a role in you having no more will to go on. Number 3. Being unable to handle rejection or criticism. The West has adopted a model for society that is based on acceptance and positivity. The classic example of how this is harmful is with obesity and concepts such as fat shaming. There is no such thing as fat shaming. If you're overweight, then it is your moral imperative to ensure that you lose weight, eat healthy, and fight off any addictions that are causing the issue. By not doing so, you are signing away your life and ensuring an early death, as well as placing a burden on society and those around you who will have to take care of you when you inevitably become sick. Society now has it so that you cannot criticize an overweight individual and should rather praise the person as being brave and encourage obesity. You may think that you are doing them a favor and improving the obese person's life by supporting their body shape. However, you are actually doing them a great disservice, as societal pressures can be the difference between dying early or living a deep and satisfying life. As such, you should always make sure to be open to criticism, as more than likely criticism will reveal a deep character flaw in you and can lead to a life-changing improvement. That is not to say you should blindly follow all people who criticize you. For example, if you stand up for the truth and objective reality, and delusional authoritarians attack you to the point of submission, you should stand your ground and remain unfazed in your beliefs. It is to your discretion to know what criticism is good for you and bad. On the same note, you should absolutely never fear rejection. The saying goes that there are only 3 things in life that ever experience unconditional love: women, babies, and dogs. And unfortunately, the reality for you, young man, is that you are neither one of those 3 things. And in life, nobody will love you unless you first love yourself. And that also means that you will be rejected many, many times. The good news is that the more you get rejected, the more you will grow, mature, and develop into a strong man that you should be. The more resilient you are to being rejected, the more reliable of a person you will become in all aspects of your life, whether it be family, friends, relationships, or business. And the more you develop your character around rejection, the more you will become attractive to women, as this builds into confidence, which turns into female attraction. You will hear a lot of repeated results in these tips, as all of these tips work in tandem to one another, and mastering all of them will turn you into a man of high value and a dangerous force to be reckoned with. And I don't use the word dangerous lightly. Dangerous doesn't mean that you are a menace to society. However, it means that you have the capabilities to be a threat, and you have that threat under control. Developing resilience from handling rejection turns you into a dangerous man and subsequently a high-value man, one of whom is hated by the system that wants to keep you enslaved. Number 4, being dishonest and unable to take accountability. There is absolutely no such thing as being a lone wolf. There is no way to make it through life and become a man of high value while being solo. A man is only as valuable as his connections, and to maintain connections, charisma is extremely important. With that being said, there are only a couple traits associated to charisma that are truly important. Though being a great orator and having the ability to change people's minds and opinions helps in becoming a high-value man, the charismatic traits that other high-value men are looking for is simply honesty and accountability. Money and power corrupts, and the morals of our society are so twisted that brothers are willing to stab each other in the back for a taste of money. The system is designed in a way that people who become rich and successful are likely to lose all their wealth due to corruption and cheating from those who are deemed to be close. That is why it is more important than anything to be an honest person and always own up to your mistakes so that you can attract other high-value men. The bond of brothers should be the closest bond between men, and you need to find another like-minded man who will be willing to go through hell and back for you, and you should be willing to do the same for him. Having a large circle of extremely close friends means that no matter what girl comes in, or however rich you become, or whatever external factors comes your guys' way, nothing will break the camaraderie, and if one person wins, then everyone wins. There is nothing in life more beautiful than this, and and only then will you find true success and become a high-value man. I implore you, if you are a liar and you run away from your problems, stop doing that now. Be the backbone that someone can rely on, and in doing so, you will also find someone that you yourself can depend on no matter how hard it gets. Too many young men are willing to sell their souls for a little bit of sex, money, or power. These 4 tips will guarantee that you become a man of high value and that you finally take control of your life and all your relationships. If you truly want to join the rest of the young men who want to get their lives in order and bring back masculinity to society, then be sure to like this video and subscribe, as well as hit the bell to be notified of future videos to come. Together, we can change the world. However, it all starts with you.